Welcome to another episode of the Los Angeles Friends podcast. I'm your friend and host, Emmely, and I'm here with my friend, Dre.
How cute. I love that.
You're cute. Welcome.
Thanks for having me. I'm very impressed with all of this.
Thank you so much. I'm very excited. This is our second episode.
Okay.
So we're learning as we go. But Dre is from Los Angeles. She is the creator of this really cool community called The Next Fun Thing. So do you have like a little fun blurb that you like to share with people when you're introducing the next fun thing to them? Just so we could tell people really quick what it's about.
Pretty much the next fun thing, our purpose is to introduce people to new things in the neighborhood, new venues, and obviously new people.
We're going to get into that. Yeah, we're going to get into that. You're going to learn about it and all the cool stuff that she does because she does a lot. You do a lot.
Yeah, I'm tired.
This is your full-time job with The Next Fun Thing?
Mm-hmm. So it's been my full-time job since October. And I think now we're doing like 4 to 5 things a week.
Okay. Yeah. Dre, let's learn a little bit about you. Like maybe where you're from, where'd you grow up, what's your social security number?
Pretty much everything.
You can skip the social, but where'd you grow up?
Born and raised in Los Angeles County. I never left. But I grew up in a city in Los Angeles County called Santa Fe Springs that I don't think anybody's heard of unless you've passed by the swap meet. I think that's like kind of what we're known for, but we don't have anything. There's like no movie theater,
really?
No mall, nothing. It's like mostly
weird.
like oil refineries. So anyways, that's like the little city that I grew up in Los Angeles.
I do know about Santa Fe Springs.
How?
Because I used to work at Vans when I was in high school.
Okay.
The shoe store.
Yeah.
So we would get our shipments in from Santa Fe Springs. I guess that's where we had our warehouse.
I think it's like 70% industrial and only 30% residential. So even like Santa Fe High, majority of the students didn't grow up in Santa Fe Springs. Like, so pretty much I took forever to graduate college. Like I should have been a doctor.
Fair enough.
Yeah. So it took me like 8 years to graduate college. And when I finally graduated, I was trying to get a job in marketing. It was so competitive in Los Angeles that I was like, I'll just move to Orange County where it's less competitive in like a very boring B2B tech world. And so that's kind of like where I was. And I was like coastal side of Orange County, but where I worked, it was like 2 toll roads to get to. So that was like my life pretty much. My 20s was in Orange County, just trying to like grow my career and trying to make friends in Orange County, which was incredibly difficult for me. Yeah, that was tough.
Just making friends in general is hard. Mm-hmm. Okay, so you did B2B. That's what I'm doing right now. And I'm in marketing. Mm-hmm. I told you that earlier. It's cool. I don't know if I want to climb the corporate ladder anymore. I thought I did. But I mean, now I'm exploring my passion project, so we'll see what happens. What for you was that point where you're like, I don't want to do this corporate ladder shit anymore. I don't think I want to do marketing. You're still doing marketing in a different sense when you market the next fun thing, but it's different. So
it's different. I honestly, even up until maybe like 2 years ago, my like whole career was like, I want to become CMO somewhere. And it was weird because like I was always in these like really weird technology companies that nobody's ever heard of. So to get a C-suite type job was impossible because they're like, well, what did you market? And like nobody's heard of it. But I started to... I think I always thought that the next fun thing could be something, but I just was like, like maybe like 5 years, 7 years. And I just kind of kept pushing it down until January of last year, I got laid off. And then I was like, oh shit. So like, what am I going to do? And that's when we started to do speed dating events. I have all this time now. I could probably do this now that I have like time to focus on it.
That was the universe telling you, like,
I know.
You need to do this now.
Somebody told me too, they were like, well, so I'll get to that. But I was like, I think I quit before I was ready. And they're like, that's how everybody does it. Like nobody's ready when they start their thing. So kind of like got forced into doing it. And I was still like a little stressed out about like how much money do I need to make? How many events do I need to put together to like make ends meet? So I ended up taking a job at an agency and was doing that for like 10 months till October. And then I was like, I'm done. Agencies.
It's like contract work, right?
It was like, so it was such a weird thing because it was a really small agency and I had like a great title. So I was like VP of growth, which sounds fantastic, but I was doing grunt work, like nothing sexy. I didn't have a team. It was total like...
What?
Yeah, it was terrible.
Ooh.
Yeah. So it was just one of those things I was like, I just cannot do this anymore. And yeah, in October I quit. I was like, I'm done. And then they're like, well, what are you going to do? I was like, my own thing.
Yeah.
I think I'm just done with this.
That's really incredible.
Yeah.
I'm happy for you. I mean, it sucks and I'm sure it was really terrifying to lose your job, but I mean, look at you now.
Yeah, it's exciting.
I would say you're pretty successful.
It's growing.
Okay, so tell us what kind of events what do you host for the Next Fun Thing?
So I've been trying to categorize it by like themes. So we have like our pairing events, which would be like speed dating. And then we have like fast friends, which is speed dating, but to make friends, which is super fun. Then we have like our arts and entertainment, which I'm trying to really grow this year. So that's been like my focus. And so with that, we've done like a world record attempt, which is kind of like the origin story of the Next Fun Thing.
Just really quick.
Yes.
What were you doing for this world record thing?
So that was...
That sounds kind of random, but also really cool. So please expand on that.
Yeah. Okay. So I had, this is like the Next Fun Thing origin story. So basically I had the domain, thenextfunthing.com, because I would host things for my friends. And I thought it would be funny if I had like a website with frequently asked questions.
That's
so like
cute.
people wouldn't ask me questions. I would just like send them a link and like just scroll.
Yeah. That's funny.
So I had this, it was kind of obnoxious.
I love that.
So I would send them to the nextfunthing.com to like figure out what we were going to do that weekend. I had this idea. So basically my friend sent me this meme and it was a group of people and they were dressed in banana costumes and they went to a 5-star restaurant and they started chanting potassium. And it was just dumb. It was so fucking funny. I know. And I was like, oh my God. I was like, how can we get people to do that? Like, how can we convince people to do that? And it just like, I don't know, one thing led to another. And I was like, well, we'll just do the world's largest gathering of people dressed in wild. Like banana costumes.
Wait, what made you want to invite people and not do it with just your friends? Like, where did the idea of...
Honestly, I was like, how can I convince people to dress up in a banana costume? There's no way I could just say like, hey, we're all going to do this. My friends wouldn't buy into it. At that point, they were like sick of me sending them to the website. So I had reached out. I was at this time, right? I was still in Orange County. So I reached out to the city of Huntington Beach because I was like, we should do this on the pier. I don't know if you're familiar with the pier, but there's like a nice like promenade area. So
you were going legit.
Oh yeah. I was like, we're going to do it. We're going to like, we're going to do it.
Yeah.
So reached out to the city. They invited me to their like special events committee. And they were like, well, someone from your organization needs to represent it. And I was like, oh my God.
I am my organization.
Yeah. So that's when I turned it into an LLC. And I was like, well, the name will just be the Next One Thing because that's the website's name. And then I pitched it to the city. It ended up becoming like an official day for the city. So Huntington Beach changed their name to Huntington Peach for the day.
What?
We had like a ton of press. We had the LA Chargers, the Anaheim Ducks.
That's so
Kiss
cool.
FM. It was like a huge thing.
This was your first big event.
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
Legit event, not with just your friends.
No, yeah, this was our first one. And I was
You're like,
fucking went hard.
I'm going to go big or go home. That's
and so
terrifying.
that was awesome. And I was like, cool, we have all this momentum. And then like the pandemic happened.
Oh shit! What year was this? It was
2019.
Okay, so right before. Okay,
it was right before. So the event happened June 9th, 2019. I was like, oh my God, like people actually want to do things.
Yeah.
And we started to like come up with different ideas and like camping trips. And then we were going to do our second world record attempt. And then, pandemic happened. Everything kind of like stalled.
For your first event, did you guys hit the world record?
So no. So if you want Guinness there, I think now it's $16,000. So at the time it was 12.
You have to pay them to show up?
Yeah. You have to pay to make it an official attempt. You have to pay them. Kind of sucks. So I was like, I'm not paying $12,000. Like this is ridiculous.
So unofficially, did you guys win at least?
So they basically give you a packet. It's like, okay, if you're not going to pay, then you have to follow all of these rules. And so we had like just a ton of guidelines. And at that point, it was like June. It was hot. people were wearing like banana costumes.
Shit, yeah.
And so people were like leaving the area, like going in and out. And at that point, like you just get disqualified so fast. So you would have to start the whole count over. And I was like, damn, forget it.
That sucks.
It sucks.
In my eyes, you hold the record attempt.
you.
I think we should make you like an actual certificate for that. Okay, so then pandemic hit. You're still trying to figure out what kind of events to do. At this point, you're still working like regular job.
Still working a regular job. Pandemic hit. My boyfriend and I decided to like move in together. So that's when I moved from Orange County into LA County. And then it's kind of like 2020 was a lost year. And then 2021, I was like, okay, well, I need to like figure out how to like meet people and make friends. And so we started to do pickup kickball games. And that was really what like ignited everything again of like, oh my God, I love doing this. I already had the website. So
I just want to say I am on a kickball team with Dre's league that she puts on. It's so much fun.
Thank you.
It's been a really incredible experience. I will be honest, I've missed the last 2 games because I was traveling. I really love it. And I think it's incredible that you're doing that. I'm going to sign up in the summer again.
Yay.
Yeah. So if you're looking to make friends in a really fun, exciting way, kickball is cool. Yeah.
Kickball is cool.
Yeah. I want to hear more about your speed dating events and your fast friends. When did you start the speed dating events and like what are they like?
Yeah. So we started the speed dating events when I got laid off. So that was January 2023. And the first, honestly, probably like the first month or two, it was like absolute shit show. Like I was really trying. It's so hard to do. Like they're just hard to put together. And so it was like a lot of like putting together events. We knew that we were on to something because it was like they were selling out. So we're like, okay, we can do this.
People are like, we're lonely. We need.
Well, I think everyone's tired of like apps. You were like stuck literally like at home only looking at devices for years, right?
Yeah.
A lot of people who were like early 20s, I don't know, like their whole like dating experience has primarily been on apps, right?
Yeah.
So like this is like
that makes sense.
A new thing for them to do. So what I really wanted to do was like, how can we make speed dating more intentional? And so the idea behind it is that like, let's say we have 50 people at the event, you are going to meet 10 that are most compatible with you.
How do you decide who's compatible?
We're doing surveys in the beginning of like, okay, I'll ask a few questions. And then I was like, every single event, I was manually handpicking like matches for them to do or like matches for them to meet. And so it was a lot of work. It was not scalable. You spend all this time doing that. And then of course there's no shows. So when then there's a no show and you've like matched them, then we had to do like a bunch of wild card matching. So like,
but they're paying to come and they're still not showing up.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Gotcha.
Nightmare. So now my boyfriend, who's like deep tech background, he was like, well, what are you doing? So now it's all done through technology where like people basically, they sign up for the event, they complete their account with like a few brief questions, and then we only match people who check in.
The day of at the event.
At the event live.
That's awesome.
And then because we have like this whole technology component,
that's incredible.
He's fantastic. Cool. And so basically it's like, okay, round 1, you're going to go to table 3 and meet Emmely. And then we would meet. And then at the end we would say yes or no. And then we'd go to the next round. So we're able to also capture matches instantly as they happen. So there's no more like waiting days to receive your matches. You'll get it at the end of the night. That's how we were able to grow it pretty much.
Do you do the same compatibility survey with your Fast Friends events?
The Fast Friends is like old school, what I was doing with the original speed dating events where like I'm looking at a sheet and like hand picking. I have not figured out how to systemize that yet, which sounds weird because you would think it'd be easier, but it's not.
What are I
just feel like, you know what it is? It's because right now Fast Friends, it's like 21 plus. And I think because of that, we just get like a range of people. Like we'll have somebody like 21 all the way up to 72 sign up.
Oh, really?
And so it's like trying to make sure that they're age appropriate friends. They're in like the same location. They're interested in the same thing. I want it to be very intentional. Like I actually got paired up with somebody who I love country dancing. She loves country dancing. Like, I really want people to, like, make friends out of it. So, yeah we haven't figured out how to systemize that yet, which is why we only do that once a month.
Yeah. Well, so with your speed dating events, I've seen that what you do is you host them based off of age ranges, but you don't do that with Fast Friends then.
Not yet, but I think we'll start doing that now that I just love, like, we have like a pretty deep 50 plus crowd, which is fantastic that shows up. After the event one day, they were telling me now they're planning a whole picnic together. And I love that. So I'm like, okay, we could totally do age ranges for Fast Friends now that I think there's enough interest there to do it.
I love seeing how many people have formed really meaningful friendships, even through the events that I host. So I know, like, it feels good, huh?
Yeah. And well, yeah, because then you must see it too, because then you'll see them like hanging out outside and you're like, that's awesome.
Yeah. Or, you know, they'll post photos in our Discord. People like befriend each other and, you know, they post on there and it's just like, oh, we're friendship gurus, I guess.
I don't know if I'm like an expert, but I think from what I understand when I like talk to people who show up, a lot of people are like, especially in Los Angeles, right? Like a lot of people are transplants. And there have been a lot of people who moved here, poor things, but they moved here like in 2020, which is
worst
like
year to move. At least the rent was low.
That's true. Maybe that's why they moved. But like it just was like bad timing. And I think regardless of when you moved, even like myself, like being from Los Angeles, not that you grow out of your friends, but like I feel like people have different interests as you get older and they're looking for people that are like in the same, I don't know, like life phase, if that makes sense. And so they're looking for things to do to meet people where there's like common interests. And I always think you probably see the same thing where it's like just the fact of like getting up and going to that specific event, regardless of what it is, they already have something in common. Yeah. And I think that there's this like vulnerability of like everybody being nervous that also makes people feel calmer. Yeah. That they know like everybody showed up by themselves. We're all nervous. As a host, I'm also nervous. And so like
Are we the same person?
Well, I think that everybody's kind of like, and it's funny because everyone like, even for, especially for speed dating, they tell me how nervous they are. I was like, dude, me too. Like,
you're like, and I'm not even dating.
Yeah. I just, all of it I'm just nervous.
Yeah. Oh no, I still get nervous before every meetup that I host. Yeah. And I've been doing this a year. So.
Yeah. There's a lot of like unknown. Yeah. But I think like, I don't know, like 10 minutes in and then everybody like found somebody to talk to or they done whatever. But yeah, it's been fun. And then like for me specifically, like for our events, part of like our like ethos is I personally just like everything structured because I am such a nervous person that like I want to know when to show up, who I'm talking to or what I'm doing. And so that's why pretty much everything that we do has like a start time and some type of agenda attached to it.
What do you plan on doing next? Because right now you're doing speed dating, you're doing Fast Friends, you have the kickball. We also didn't mention this, but Dre does cornhole, which is really cool. I suck at cornhole, but that's really awesome.
Most of our league sucks, which is good, which makes it fun.
That does make it more fun. Yeah.
Everyone's there to drink.
So you do... Fair enough. You do cornhole. You do the remote working.
Yes.
A couple times a month?
Yeah, we're trying to figure out the right cadence. I think right now we're doing twice a month and we're testing different formats. So basically we are taking over a bar that would typically be closed during the day. So we're working with Bar Bandini. So from 9 to 3 when the bar would be closed, it is a co-working space. And so what we were doing initially was giving out free coffee. And that was great. But I was like, there's something missing. And I think it's because we've kind of talked about like people are looking for things to do, especially like remote life. Yeah. I feel like there's like a social component of this that's missing, but I don't know what to do to make it more social without being forced. So anyways, now we're doing free wine instead of free coffee. And that's changed the game. And so now
little
it's like
liquid courage.
Yeah, now it's like really social. Everyone's kind of like sitting at the bar and they have their laptop and their wine. And I feel like that's what we needed to do to switch it up. Yeah. And that's changed everything.
So you've been doing most of the type of events that you're doing for a while. What is the next fun thing for the next fun thing? Like where are you taking this?
Okay. So my focus for this year is to figure out how to make live entertainment shows solo friendly. So like,
oh, that's sweet.
So I've been trying to promote like a lot of like solo friendly events here and there, but I want to make it truly like where you can show up by yourself. And again, it's like structured in a way where it's like entertaining, but then there's like a social component to it.
Going to concerts alone is scary. Yeah. Which, I mean, you're just sitting there usually. So it shouldn't be scary, but it is because you're like worried if people are judging you because you're alone.
And even if you want to go alone, it's nice to like, I don't know. There's some type of, it's nice to enjoy things with people.
Yeah.
Is what I'm trying to say.
Having company, the company of other people. Obviously, we're humans. So
yeah. Yeah. So that's what I'm
sign me up.
I have,
I'll be there.
I have one that we've hosted already that I think we'll do maybe bi-monthly. And so that one is, we're calling it All Hands on Deck. It's also, so basically people go up on stage. They create a PowerPoint presentation where they're pitching their single friend to a crowd.
Oh, I've seen this on your Instagram. Yeah. I would love to go to one of those events just to experience
just
it.
To, like,
that
be
sounds
in the
so
crowd.
Fun. Yeah.
It's so fun. So,
I'm going to pitch Vincent.
You should.
Our producer is single. Vincent got a little shy.
We had somebody at the last show. She pitched her friend and her friend didn't know. But yeah, that's my thing for this year.
Yeah.
Is like figuring out how to make things like, so it's like a show, but it's still like interactive with the audience.
Yeah.
And so I have like another half-baked idea that I'll eventually promote. But yeah, that's my thing.
Okay. So I've had a lot of people ask me if I'd be willing to take Los Angeles friends out of Los Angeles. And honestly, no, I don't want to do that. So, but I'm curious, would you take the next fun thing outside of Los Angeles?
Parts of it.
Yeah.
I think we are definitely looking at taking parts of it out of the LA area. And that is primarily just speed dating. And so only because, well, not only, mainly because we have the technology and we're trying to like work with other speed dating companies throughout the nation, basically to license it. And so that's...
Oh, license your guys' algorithm.
Exactly. Because we've already... like we went through the grunt work of like basically trying to figure out like what to create that would actually make sense for organizers and for attendees. And so now I think we would license that. As far as like our other events...
Wait, sorry.
I'm not sure.
That wouldn't be like the next fun thing event then?
No, it would be... So we started to branch speed dating into like almost like a service that we're calling Love in LA because we are hosting so many speed dating events and not everybody in our audience is single. I just didn't want to keep spamming them with like single things.
Yeah, that makes sense.
So that is starting to almost become its own identity and its own branding. I think that will hopefully take off. But I don't know. I think the next fun thing is just so much fun for me and it's like nice that it's like ours and it's local.
It's yours. Yeah, exactly. I mean, that's how I feel about LA Friends. People comment on my TikToks like, can you do this in San Diego? Or can you host this in Orange County? I'm like, no, I live in Los Angeles. Like I'm in the Valley. I'm not going to commute all the way. Also, those aren't my cities. If you want to start something, go for it. I mean, don't, or like steal
Orange
our
County
logo.
Friends,
yeah. I'm like, don't steal my logo or that. But like, yeah, that's cool though. All right. Well, thank you so much. Cool. So to wrap up the rest of our show, I'm going to
really
ask
nervous
you some,
about this one.
I'm going to ask you some questions. So we call this or that.
This is where I get yelled at.
If you don't go fast enough, we're gonna be like,
oh yeah.
So air horn you.
Yep.
Oh my god. I'm gonna say the wrong answer every time.
They're rapid fire.
Okay.
So don't expand on that.
Okay, good.
Just like spit it out. Okay, ready?
Yeah. Ugh.
What's your favorite taco spot?
Fuck, I don't know. Via's Tacos. Is that good? Okay.
I don't know. I haven't been there. Favorite restaurant in Los Angeles?
Dunsmore right now in Glassell Park.
Ooh.
Yeah.
I'll have to try it out. Okay, favorite neighborhood?
Faster.
I love Glassell Park, to be honest. It's not really a neighborhood, it's so small. Frogtown.
Okay,
Frogtown's the best.
Yeah.
Frogtown.
Favorite hike in LA?
It's in Altadena and it's called Echo Mountain.
Favorite spot for people watching?
The Hollywood Reservoir.
Really?
Yeah, I think it's so beautiful too.
That is nice.
Yeah.
Do you have a favorite workout class or gym in LA?
I wish I did. Oh, I do actually. It's called One Down Dog. It's a yoga studio and they're in East Hollywood, Eagle Rock, and Echo Park, I think.
Favorite celebrity encounter you've had? If you've had one.
God. Fuck, I'm gonna fuck this up. Oh. The Shaws of Sunset. They're not really a celebrity, but I only love reality TV. And I met them and I was so starstruck.
Hell yeah. Okay. Favorite memory of the LA nightlife scene?
My early 20s, we were always at Cha-Cha Lounge. And that was like, oh my God, that was so much fun.
You're doing great so far.
Yeah, I feel good about this.
Okay. You ready? Hollywood Boulevard or Sunset Boulevard?
Sunset.
Dodger Stadium or Crypto Arena? Staples Center.
Crypto.
Ooh. Little Tokyo or Chinatown?
Oh, Little Tokyo for sure.
I agree. Runyon Canyon or Griffith Park?
I like Runyon Canyon. I think it has a bad rap.
Yeah?
Yeah, it's a really good hike.
LA Zoo or Santa Ana Zoo?
LA Zoo, it's so much closer and
Yep.
bigger and better.
Okay, this one's important.
I'm so nervous. He's already ready to push the button.
Leo's Tacos or King Taco?
King Taco. Was that a good answer?
Failed.
Was that a
No.
good
Boo. Cancel.
I know. I'm a bad
Wait, have you been
Ramirez.
to Leo's Taco? Sorry,
No.
I know this is rapid fire, but
No, I haven't.
we'll go.
Okay, so that's why. See, I'm honest.
Melrose Avenue or Abbott Kinney Boulevard?
Abbott Kinney.
DTLA Arts District or Culver City Arts District?
Arts District, downtown LA.
Yeah.
My favorite.
I agree. Disneyland or Universal?
Knott's Berry Farm.
Damn.
I guess.
Not an answer.
I know.
I'll take it.
Six Flags. Okay. Lakers game, 300 level seats or Clippers courtside?
Clippers courtside.
What?
Oh yeah, I don't care about any sport to be honest.
Dang.
Sorry,
You just want to be up front.
Yeah.
Cool. You did a wonderful job answering these questions. I'm disappointed that you've never been to Leo's, but that's okay. We can still be friends. Thank you so much for being on our podcast. It's been such a fun time. Can you tell people where to find you? Like, where can they find the next love of their life?
Oh my God.
Yeah.
So everything, The Next Fun Thing. So thenextfunthing.com, The Next Fun Thing on Instagram, and The Next Fun Thing on TikTok.
Cool. Follow her. She has amazing events. They're super fun. Join Kickball. It's a blast. Thank you so much.
Thank you for having me. This was fun. That was my favorite part.
Do we close it off okay?
Yeah.
Okay, awesome.
Is that good?